what was your verdict at the end?
Yeah, well, obviously we knew coming here, playing against Gareth before, but knowing Gareth as a player, and knew we were going to have to stand up and be counted. And I think the lads did that to every man did that today, and that's really pleasing for me. It's a great response to what was shall we say, a poor display on Boxing Day, which I thought the lads felt that they let themselves down, not me down, because as I said, I weren't disappointed in them. It's what we've come in to make sure that we stop them easy goals coming in. I thought the goal come a bit against the run of play, but the response from them was magnificent. And then when the balls are getting thrown in the box, people putting the body on the line, getting the first contacts, then the second contacts, all things what we talked about before the game and over the last 2 days when we were doing our videos and stuff. The lads done it brilliantly, so absolutely delighted for them. Just said to them then, it's a fantastic point. You've got to respect the points when they come. Then them points, and hopefully now home game. We're really looking forward to it, and it's going to be a tough one again, but we're thoroughly looking forward to it.
You talked about it after the game on Thursday about when you're a side low in confidence and you've been conceding a few goals, about feeling your way through the game, isn't it? Getting to those markers, 10 minutes, 50 minutes, 20 minutes, and building as you go. You looked way more solid than you have done in recent weeks this afternoon.
Yeah, and something which I sort of put much emphasis on over the last 2 days, working into the game. The lads getting used to me, sort of putting our principles and what's going to be like going forward, and us, not giving away them silly possessions and silly free kicks. I thought we gave them away, probably too many free kicks in our half today, which I was a bit disappointed about. I thought the ref, was a bit too easy to put the whistle to his mouth on occasions. But listen, what I respected the lads is that they stood up and they were counted, and that's what I want. I want my team to be that. I want them to be able to battle. I want them to be able to do it. And then hopefully we keep laying it on as we start picking up the points and moving up the table.
We spoke when you first became the manager, said hell of a time to become a manager. Kevin, in this period it's so difficult to implement anything, isn't it, with games every couple of days, but and there's a lot more to come from your side. There was a real clarity out there today in terms of thought process. Everyone was working towards the same game plan, it felt like. Obviously getting it up to Tom Eaves and being direct in that way. How important was that for you today to just get everyone on that same message?
Yeah, I just think sometimes when pitches dictate what you're going to do, it's a very quick pitch, not much grass on it, so you can't really get the ball down, very bobbly, bouncy, so all about trying to play off the big man and then play further up the pitch. It didn't work as much as I would have liked, because I want to be dominating more in the final third and the mid third. But when you come into a club and they're losing goals and losing games the way they have been, sometimes that confidence just takes a while for it to come. But I just thought, we're slowly but surely I've seen lads now, starting to get that confidence back, starting to play, because what it is as a player, when you're in these situations, everything becomes fuzzy in your head, and you think, I've got to pass it in, or I've got to take another extra touch, and you might get sacked, or you make the wrong choice, and that's what I've just tried to do, is just give it real clarity for the lads so that they can start now building on that. And once that clarity comes and the confidence comes back, that's when I'll be expecting them to take touches and passes, make extra passes, and we'll get there slowly but surely. But first and foremost, we've got to shore up the defence, and that's not just the defence, that's the whole team. And I think that's shown today. We've done that really well. As I said, just gutted that we conceded, but great response.
How important for you was actually coming from behind today? Because the group's low in confidence, you can see that first goal. You've seen it time and time again in football, heads can go down, but that didn't happen for you. You equalised, 3 minutes afterwards?
Yeah, that was fantastic. That's probably one of the most pleasing things what's come out of today. The response, because I talked about it and I said if we go 1-0 down, I wanted a clean sheet today, but if it didn't come, but if we go down, we stay in the game, we make sure we don't lose a second, we don't lose a third, what we've been doing, previously. So I was really pleased, really proud of the boys with the way they responded to it, and then a fantastic free kick from Sammy and a lovely finish from Cam. So yeah, delighted for them, and now something to try and build on Wednesday and going into next Saturday.
Yeah, you've inherited a goal-scoring midfielder, Kevin and Cameron McGeehan. Where would you have heard that before?
Yeah, well, we had a little chat actually. I talked about getting it where to go and everything else. But yeah, listen, he's done it all his career, hasn't he? And he's a pleasure to work with. These 5-6 days, they're trying to get to know me. I'm trying to get to know them. But it's been a joy to work with up to now. And yeah, the hard work's just beginning for them. And I've just told them that. I said it's a great point, but now it's all about turning our attention to what's going to be a tough one against Stevenage on Wednesday at home. You know, my first home game, which I'm really looking forward to. You know, seeing all the fans here today again were absolutely excellent, fantastic, and seeing them all staying after the game for the lads is, you know, it just shows what, you know, how much this club means to them. So yeah, I want to make a team. I want them to be proud of our team, and that's what I'm here to do. And hopefully that's what you'll start seeing in the coming weeks.
This won't be the last time I ask you these kind of questions, but just on the squad, I mean, you have so many players out injured at the moment. In terms of just the two that came on, I mean, you've got even players coming on and then having to come off again in McCarron and Baldwin. What can you tell us about them at the moment?
Yeah, it's the referee's missed one. I mean, you know, Aaron Pierre is really lucky to stay on the pitch because he's caught him. You know, it's a high elbow. I've never seen anybody yellow carded for a high elbow, and you know, so I was bewildered. But then he didn't book Aaron. He booked Kyoto, I think he booked in, and it was strange. And then Aaron goes and gets a book second, so it should have been a second booking. Yeah. So I was a bit disappointed with that. But listen, I don't want to see people getting sent off, but I want to be able to protect my players. And you know, Jack has just got a bit of brilliant vision. We'll see where that takes us in the next 24-48 hours. Obviously, Nest come off really late on. So I haven't heard the assessment back off him. And then I think Liam coming on, I think he just sort of rolled his ankle and just didn't feel like he could get any power in it. So hopefully they're just something which is just sort of a 24 to 48 hours, and we'll see them on Wednesday, but I won't know any more till then.
How difficult is it at the moment for you? I mean, you've got some academy players on the bench, fine players, I'm sure that they are and they will be, but the amount of players that are out missing for you, you're working with a really small group in a really busy time.
Yeah, listen, look, I knew what I was walking into. You know, I'm very confident that once I get the lads back in and we get a group, and if we can do a bit of business in January, that we can get the squad to where we want to be. I'm pleased that I've got young lads. I like to work with young lads. I like them to see how I work so that they can get the feel of it. So yeah, look, you won't hear no complaints from me. It's one of them things you've just got to deal with it as a manager, and we can't sort of feel sorry for ourselves. What we've got to do is work with the lads we've got, you know, and in front of us, and get the best out of them.
Final two, I promise, because I've kept you for a long time. The final game before January, and I know you're very much focused on the group. You just come through the door, but obviously the squad, you've got a lot of players out injured. You might want to put your own stamp on it as well. What can you tell us about the business you're looking to do and what are the conversations that you've had?
Yeah, no conversations at all. Yeah, you know, we've had a look at a few players who we think might come in and improve the squad. See, you know, you put your feelers out, see if they would like to come to us. But yeah, what we've got to do is we've got to get probably through these next two games, and then I'll probably be sitting down with James and Kelvin and Alex, who's our recruitment, and sort of looking to where I feel the squad can be, you know, get better, or can we get better in. If not, then we work with the group we have. We won't just be taking players for the sake of it. We'll be wanting people to come in to improve the squad. So yeah, it's something we haven't got down dirty with yet. So because I've been fully focused on these games and the squad we have. But yeah, just another part, which is going to give me sleepless nights for the next couple of weeks, next other month. So yeah, but listen, that's why I got back into it. I'm loving it any minute, and it's great when you get rewards like that for the lads, and you see that they've really responded to work what you've done on the training pitch.
And just finally, looking ahead to New Year's Day, a real platform to build off from this afternoon, and your first game in charge at Sixfields as well.
Yeah, I can't wait. You know, I haven't been over there yet, so I'll probably get the lads to take me over just so I can get familiar with it before the game, or before Wednesday, I should say. So yeah, in tomorrow now with the lads, making sure that they, you know, recover well, get all the right stuff into them, and you know, work into them, and then obviously moving on to make sure that we're ready for what's going to be another tough encounter against the Stevenage side and against the mate of mine of Alex Ravel. So it's going to be another mate of mine. I know quite a few people now. So yeah, it's like, why do we keep doing it? Well, we must be mental, but yeah, listen, that's why we do, because we love it.
Thank you very much, Kevin.
Cheers, mate. Thank you.